Vamos lá, continuando no Quadro de Thuban, DLC The Wicher 3, Wine Hunter, Blood and Wine.
Brave kid, Guillaume.
Parmarin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
Em Blood Wine, você pode sofrer mutações de bruxo adicionais para desbloquear novas capacidades. Em breve, você cruzará com um mensageiro que lhe entregará uma carta muito interessante. Leia e investigue a história do professor Muro para saber mais sobre essas mutações. Dizem que em Thuban vive um mestre artesão que pode criar equipamento de bruxo de qualidade inigualável. Além disso, você recebe bônus especiais por usar todas as partes de um conjunto deste equipamento extraordinário. Você não vai se arrepender de conferir as novas opções. Você não vai se arrepender de conferir as novas opções. Teria que ter falado assim. Com mais apelação, né? Vamos devagar, curtindo esse controle é sensível. Curtindo a paisagem. Chega daqui.
Go, go.
O que o cara disse ali?
Hey there.
Dá vontade de parar aqui. Apesar que eu acho que eu vou fazer um vídeo mais direto, né? Depois eu venho aqui. O cavalo. Roach. Roach. Come on, Roach. Come on, Roach. Cara, trilha sonora fantástica, cores lindas, céu maravilhoso, a paisagem.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
I'm Sarah, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition.
Opa, primeiro ponto de fast travel, pousada da cruz, né? Eu poderia acelerar, né? Fazer um... Eu tô com minha cachorrinha aqui atrás, eu tô jogando uma bolinha no chão, aqui que eu achava que é bolinha. Mas já vai, Petra. Árvores diferentes, eu queria inverno, novidade, aquelas regiões. Opa.
No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Olha que armadura tesão desse cavalo, velho. O cavalo, fica parado ali. Para. Isso. Parece o Boi Bumbá, cara. Aquele Boi Bumbá lá do Maranhão, eu acho. Do Brasil. Olha que legal essa ponte. Nossa, que lindo. Cara, imagine se eu tivesse uma placa de vídeo superior que eu tenho, bem superior.
Make sure they didn't miss anything.
Bem superior pra ver como ia ficar nessa qualidade. Apesar que tô no médio, né? Poderia usar o máximo da minha capacidade, mas meu PC lá dentro. Ok, use seus sentidos de bruxo, como sempre, né? Não. Não encontro nada aqui, opa, tem umas pegadas ali no meio. Opa, tô precisando de comestíveis. Ok, aqui ó.
Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went.
Vamos lá.
Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Barulho de afogador, só vou ver o que tem aqui. Caneca não, né? Ok, pode vir, cara. Pô, são diferentes, cara.
For the glory of her grace, I shall make happy of you!
Eles explodem, né? Esqueci esse detalhe que eles explodem.
Let's keep looking.
Ô bebida, passa efeito bebida. Ele passou. Vou meditar rapidinho só pra curar o HP. Então aqui, vamos ver o que temos aqui. Chega aí, negócio. Tem uma coisa aqui.
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free. Gotta dive in. Make sure you don't miss anything.
Olha a cor dessa água, cara. Olha que bonito, cara. Esse azulado aqui, olha que bonito, mano. Bonito mesmo. Ainda vai demorar pra eles. Eu ia falar caneca de pobre. Aqui tem uma rede, né? Vamos ver o que tem aqui. Daqui a pouco eu que vou ficar preso na rede. Opa! Pegar aqui, ó. Pegar de madeira. Aqui. Nossa, passei. Eita. Beleza.
Silk kerchief, monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly.
DLC, DLC.
Notice anything interesting?
Alas, nothing.
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Ok. Hey.
Look, a boat was launched here. Guardsmen must have loaded the body parts onto it, taken them somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? That cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Tucson.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. It seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
Olha que bonito.
Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrick's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
Around here, it's wine.
A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Tucson.
Peraí, cara, deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui no cenário.
No lads brave enough. Of course we have, but bravery is not enough against the beast. Wields dark powers. That goes for a Wicher. To be born in Tucson is to be born under a lucky star.
Gostei desse movimento de câmera. Vou usar na Cocatrix. Cadê o cara? Ah, tá lá na frente.
Such good.
Parece que tem umas coisas que liberaram no jogo. Um pouco da movimentação também.
Naught else, Sir the Phenom. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir the Phenom in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
O nome é Bond, James Bond.
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir the Phenom.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade.
Yes.
He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Pois é, poderia. Mas vou ser mais direto.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Ninnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Russell's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Russell now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher Codswell.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
Ok, vamos examinar o corpo.
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Ha! Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the Palace Gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Vamos roubar já. Tem uma comida pra roubar aqui.
Oh, dear fellow, with a fish hook like that, you must
Não
have your
posso
pick
pegar essas
of the
coisas, essas coisas me
ladies.
deixam pesado. Tem uma galinha ali. Opa! Ah, pensei que tava no ritmo, mas não tá. Tem um quadro de aviso, ok, depois eu faço. Cara. Nossa! Cara, que grosso que... Nossa, cara.
Have your chit-chat with someone else.
Oh!
Guess it's champion.
Não sei porquê, mas parece que minha barra de estamina de vigor ali tá um pouco maior.
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry.
Opa! Meu Deus, o que tá acontecendo aí? Vinhedo, Corvo Bianco. Olha só que legal, trilha sonora. Aqui ó.
Damn it. Killer must still be here.
Ok. Ora, eu já comecei com uma fase melhor. Sei. Espante. Essa aqui ela tem. Ah não, essa calcinha não. Ixi, rapaz, vou terminar aqui.
In the cellar. Gotta be.
Aqui, ó.
Claw wounds. From 5 separate claws. Spread of a small human hand.
Eita, vai pra lá.
Footprints. Small bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar.
Peraí. Já ajudo, gente. Desculpa aí.
Took a lot of strength to batter this down.
Vai. Ixi. Já começa bem nessa DLC.
You. Saw you at the inn.
Bonito corpinho.
Why'd you kill these people? Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to
Corpo
fight.
bonito, não, hein? A gente pode se conhecer. Peraí. Só falta tocar as músicas de Devil May Cry. Não, peraí.
I cannot let you leave.
Meu Deus. Nossa, senti até movido esse aqui. Vai, minha filha, calma. Opa, calma, você não foi atacada, filha. Tá menstruada? O que foi? Ah, não. Vamos lá. Ah! Meu Deus, espera aí. Deus, eu vou morrer, cara. Merda. Fortinho. Ok. Oxi. Olé! Olha aqui, o segredo vai ser... Você corre também, meu filho? Olé, é difícil, né? Também corro. Ah, vai gritar com a tua boca, olha. Jeito, né? Boa. O jeito é Dark Souls, né, cara? Fica rolando. Ah, tá envenenado. Ah, se estiver jogando cassino, só por isso. Beleza, a minha tá atacada agora. Ai, meu Deus! Meu Deus. Beleza. Não tem mais nada pra carregar minha vida. Ué, não, vamos lá. Carregar a vida. Morri. Ih, morreu. Tem que fazer de novo. Ok, então. Vamos pro fight, então. Vamos lá. Vou olhar aqui. Tá quase morrendo. Morreu. Nossa, tô começando a se cansar.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
Não é fácil pensar. Pensar mais nesse aqui para pegar outras habilidades. Precisava de mais 2.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Elf Guardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
Bruxa.
Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing. Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Na segunda vez, melhor. Mas o segredo é isso, parte pra cima. Parte pra cima, esse mais objetivo. Deixei ela me assustar, na verdade. Vou sair daqui. Deixa eu ver se tem uma coisa pra pilhar. Opa, interessante. Praticamente eu tô sem muito itens para recuperar a vida. Eu só uso comida para recuperar a vida. Tem gente que usa poção. É tipo assim, você tá lutando com um monstro, calma, deixa eu comer um pouquinho aqui, um biscoitinho, daí a gente já continua o fight. Daí o monstro, me dá um aqui pra mim, né? Eu também tô com fome, né? Não tem nada. Acho que é macho vai a pé, né? Tá acontecendo o que ali, rapaz? Olha só. Que gozado, aconteceu tudo isso enquanto os caras estão festejando, né? Mas infelizmente tem que fazer isso outro dia. Valeu você por ter assistido. Valeu pela audiência, muito obrigado pela paciência, por ter me visto perder ali, mas depois ganhei da Bruxa ou da Lâmia. É isso aí, até mais.